and welcome back. Well, I'm just having a quick look at the reference material that we included right at the very beginning of this tutorial. In particular, looking at the cockpit area, and this is the cockpit area around here, and we can see that it does start from where the fuselage slants down here, comes down along here, and ends where our landing gear is there. Then it comes up and along from there. Oh, incidentally, that there is an oil tank, and that is a fuel tank. So these guys are basically sitting on a bomb there, and when you see in the movies where oil is squirting into the face, and that's why. It's because the oil tank is there. Okay, well, it comes down to what you want your model for as to how much detail you include as far as the cockpit area is concerned, or in fact as far as any of the model is concerned. Now, I may require certain shots being taken from an angle above, so therefore to some extent you're going to be able to see into the cockpit, so it's looking down and into that cockpit area. So how much detail do I want to include? It's something I'm going to have to decide quite shortly, but I think what I will do is actually create this section first, this cockpit area, and have a look at it later on. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now, get this section created there. Right, let's get cracking. I've hidden everything except the fuselage and a couple of frame helpers here. Okay, let's select our fuselage to begin with and zoom in. Incidentally, even from this angle, looking into that cockpit as we are doing, we can see, or we would be able to see, quite a bit of detail in there. Right, I'm going to pop into polygon. Ignore back facing is checked. Select that tool there. I'm just going to pop along, selecting those polygons there. Just make sure that it's got that one right in the corner. It has. Having selected that, we'll go W for our select and move tool. I just want to pull around here a little bit because we've got to make sure that that doesn't break through the skin. There you can see it breaking through the skin of the fuselage. So let's go back, and when it's that red line, disappears behind there. But we have pushed that section back. Okay. Let's do the same on the other side. Deselect, select that. Let's pull this across and try and get that one right in the corner there. Got it. W for our select and move tool. Now, same thing. Let's push that out. There it is. It's through the skin. Let's pull it back. Lovely. Let's deselect that. Now, what I'm going to do is just convert it all to an editable poly again. There is a reason. I need to apply a Swift tool, and sometimes the Swift tool doesn't seem to want to work. So, right, let's have a look at Swift tool. Here we go. So, let's bring that down to try and make it even. There we go, put one in there. Right click to end that action. Let me select a polygon here, because we need to select these again. I keep doing that. Up to this tool here. Right, Now select these into that corner there. Lovely. And again, W. I want to push that back. There it is, coming through the surface there. So take it down to there. Yep. Same on this side. What am I doing again? You know, I don't seem to be able to take my own advice, do I? To there. Yep, it's got it. W. Let's pull that out. Just there. I'm going to let that go flat. I just wanted to create that illusion of it going back. Well, it isn't an illusion, it is going back on this one. Okay, we've got that bit. Now, down to edge. Select this edge here. In fact, see if we can select border, see what happens with the border. I want to see if it's actually gone into that one along there. And it has. So by rights, I should be able to press shift now and bring this, lovely, yeah it is, bring it right down, and I'm looking at that frame helper there, and I want to be just at about that position. So if you can imagine now the fuel tank occupying this space just underneath here, and that's it. Yeah, that looks quite good there. So let's just pop down now whilst it's on that, and we're going to say cap, shall we? I'll say cap for the time being. Okay, now that we have those, we're going to pop into polygons, make sure ignore back facing is checked, and we're going to start selecting all the polygons relating to the cockpit. Right, let's create that. I think I'll play a little music for this part now. Now that we have all those selected, we are going to say detach. Detach is a clone, and what I want there is cockpit. and say OK on that. And now we can pop up to root. I'm going to press H on the keyboard, select cockpit, say OK, pop up to our layers manager, and we're going to create a new layer, and let's call it cockpit. It is checked, so just press return, and hopefully the cockpit is in there. So why have we done that? Well, if we decide now to hide the fuselage, I think I'm getting used to screen freezes by now. Yep, where were we? Alright, so why have we done this? Well, it makes it so much easier for modelling. I don't need the rest of the fuselage. In fact, the rest of the fuselage would only hinder the modelling of this. But I also think in terms of scenes. Let's say I wanted a pilot's point of view in certain footage. Well, here I could actually model this out to high definition and save that as a scene in its own right, because I don't need the rest of the aeroplane. I don't need the rest of the model. So make life simple for yourself. Make it easier. So that's why I've created this. Now we can model in this till our heart's content. Okay, mindful of the time, I think we'll call it a day for this session, and well, I'll catch you later.